This winter, I had an experience that gave the phrase, "keep your mouth shut," a whole new meaning. I went through a very painful surgical procedure. I wasn't able to eat, talk, and even brush my own teeth. Although this experience was very difficult, I came out a stronger, happier, and more confident person. This all started in second grade when I had my first exciting appointment with my orthodontist, Dr. Jeremy Johnson. This is when I was first told that I had something called a Class 3 malocclusion, also known as an underbite. This was a result of my lower jaw growing at a faster rate than my upper jaw. At the moment, it hadn't caused any issues, but if gone untreated, could cause issues such as TMJ and lockjaw, both of which I eventually did experience. We started discussing treatment options. Dr. Johnson said that in a worst case scenario, I might have to undergo jaw surgery. This idea was terrifying, but he reassured my mom and I that it was very unlikely. So we started with small things. They started by making my mouth larger by inserting spacers in the back molars and an expander on the top of my mouth. Along with the expander came headgear. Yes, headgear. I rocked that look for a year. The goal of that was to bring my top jaw forward, and it did. But as I grew, so did my jaw, and it went back to normal. I had an underbite again. Dr. Johnson decided that surgery would be the best option. In 7th grade, I decided that I hated my top teeth, and I got braces on my top teeth just for cosmetic purposes. My parents decided that my confidence was worth the price. So after I got those removed, I had to start prepping for surgery. My first step prepping for surgery was getting my wisdom teeth removed. Since they had not surfaced yet, I had to get those surgically removed. A little tip, when they tell you do not drink out of a straw after surgery, do not drink out of a straw. I got dry socket, and that was a very painful experience. After that, the next thing was getting braces on. These full set of braces would act as a cast when I got my jaw broken. The day of surgery was crazy. I got to the surgical clinic and I got checked into my room. That day there was nurses, anesthesiologists, and surgeons running around like crazy, in and out of my room, explaining to me and my parents what their role would be in the surgery. A familiar face comforted me, Dr. Pena, my surgeon, that was also the surgeon that did my wisdom teeth. Originally from Colombia, Dr. Pena's crazy attitude and his love for my grandma's homemade oatmeal raisin cookies always made me laugh. After waiting for what seemed like hours, they called me back and told me it was finally time for surgery. A very nice nurse came and took me to the operating room. There I was on the table, strapped down, and told to breathe heavy breaths into a mask. The next thing I remember, I woke up in an entirely different place, with nurses swirling around me, saying, "She's awake, she's awake." I tried to speak, but I couldn't. My rubber bands, which were holding my jaw shut, snapped, and they told me to just shut my eyes and go back to bed. I woke up again in the same bed, and I, again, tried to speak and couldn't. Finally, the nurse told me, "Do not talk." She handed me a piece of paper and a pen, asked me if I would like to see myself in the mirror, and of course, I nodded my head yes. She showed myself in a mirror, and immediately I started crying. I don't think it was sad tears. I was a little scared because I looked a little beat up, but I was very happy and very excited at how my face already looked different. They joked and asked me why I was crying. I wrote on a piece of paper, "I look like my sister." They asked me if that was a good thing, and I hesitated and nodded. The next thing I remember, I woke up in a different bed with my parents next to me. I was freaking out because I was unable to talk. It was very painful, and I realized there was a thick new tube down my nose. This tube, the nurse explained, was all the way down in my stomach, draining out the blood so that I would not feel nauseous and vomit because I was unable to open my mouth. That was one of the worst experiences ever. It was very painful to take that out. I spent the night in the surgical clinic with my mom by my side. I knew this would be a long recovery. The following weeks were very, very tough. I was unable to eat, speak, and brush my own teeth. Everything that I ate came through a syringe, including tater tot hot dish, which sounds disgusting, but at the time was the best thing I'd ever tasted. I decided to not eat sometimes because it was such a chore to make a smoothie, put it in the syringe, and eat it. Not being able to brush your teeth for a whole week, also not a great experience. My parents had to stand at a 4-foot distance minimum. It was very, very uncomfortable, and through the whole process, I lost 15 pounds. But eventually, I started to gain my strength back. The feeling in my face came back for the most part. I still have some numbness in my chin. And the swelling went down. This was a very difficult experience, but in the end, I came out a stronger, more confident person. I realized how much my family was really there for me through my recovery. They were at my beck and call. Although this experience was very difficult, when asked if I would do it again, I say yes a million times because now I'm confident in how I look. And this was the time when I was at my best.